way up there in the nosebleed section. How are you doing? It's my privilege as hostess to be able to introduce you to these fine artists who are going to be entertaining you tonight. So without further ado, please welcome, along with her fantastic keyboard player and longtime member of the Blue Moon Orchestra, James Hooker. Please welcome Nanci Griffith. Nanci and I are the double X chromosomes tonight on the stage. So our first XY chromosome gentleman that really probably needs no introduction, but I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to introduce this fabulous artist and singer, and we're so happy he's thrown his hat into our ring for this series of concerts. Please welcome Elvis Costello. A neighbor of mine in Nashville. He's truly a Renaissance man, singer and songwriter extraordinary, political activist. He's written and published a book of short stories. He's recently started oh, you know who it is, Steve Earle! Nashvilleian, but truly a musical citizen of the world. His songs have become part of the soundtrack of all our lives, and he continues to make great music. Please welcome John Prine. You know, our smoke machine broke and the dancers got waylaid at an airport somewhere. So tonight we're just going to sit down and have a good old-fashioned guitar pull. Me and my best friend Lillian and her blue tick hound dog Gideon, sitting on the front porch, cooling in the shade, singing every song on the radio play, waiting for the Alabama sun to go down to red dirt girls in a red dirt town. Me and Lillian, just across the line in a little southeast of Meridian. Loved your brother, I remember back when he was fixing up a 49 Indian. Told her little sister gonna ride the wind up around the moon and back again. Never got further than Vietnam. I was standing there with her when the telegram come to Lillian. Now he's lying somewhere about 1,000,000 miles from Meridian. Gonna make a joyful sound. She grew up tall and she grew up thin, buried that old dog Gideon by a crepe myrtle bush at the back of the yard. Her daddy turned mean and her mama leaned hard. Got in trouble with a boy in town, figured that she might by the blues when you gotta keep on falling, 'cause there ain't no bottom, there ain't no end. At least not for Lily. Nobody knows when she started her skid. She was only 27 and she had 5 kids. Put her in the whiskey, put her in the blues, put her in the dream she was trying to kill. But there won't be a mention in the news of the world of the life and the death of a red-haired girl named Lillian. We never got any further across the line than Meridian. Now the stars still falling out by the night she finally laid that hammer down without a sound in the red dirt ground. Ah, ah, ah.
How are you?
Thank you. I'm quite fond of you myself.
There's a side of town like this in any town you go to. This one's about Nashville. Went downtown, it's just to ease my pain. I went downtown, it's just to ease my pain. I ended up out walking in the rain. I took my pistol and $100 bill. I took my pistol and $100 bill. Had everything I need to get me killed. Now the Southside girls, they suit me just fine. Southside girls, they suit me just fine. As long as they got the money, they don't whine. That's important. Now the devil is on Lewis Street, I swear. He lives right down Lewis Street, I swear. I see him rocking in his rocking chair. I started way up the top of Lewis Street, and I walked down to the end. Start way up top and I walk down to the end. I'm going way down to the bottom, John, but I come back up again. And my mama told me, Papa too, they both talked till they turned blue. Well, I got them old South Nashville blues again. Can't be satisfied until they lock me up again. How you doing? It's nice to be in the armadillo, isn't it? You know? The old armadillo again. The good old armadillo.
tail at the back. You can imagine the pleasure of being on this kind of show is that you get to do some unexpected tunes and sing them in new ways. And Emily's going to lend a little hand on this one. I'm going to do it for you now.
We play these parlor games. We play make-believe. When we get to the bottom, I say that I'm gonna leave. Everybody loves a happy ending, but we don't even try. We go straight past pretending to the part where everybody loves to cry. Indoor fireworks can still burn your fingers. Indoor fireworks, we swore were safe as houses. They're not so spectacular, they don't burn up in the sky, but they can dazzle hardy light. I'll bring it to you when the smoke gets in your eye. You were the spice of life, the gin in my vermouth. And though the sparks would fly, I thought our love was fireproof. Sometimes we fight in public, darling, with very little cause. But different kinds of sparks would fly when we got on our own behind closed doors. Indoor fireworks can still burn your fingers. Indoor fireworks, we swore were safe as houses. They're not so spectacular, they don't burn up in the sky, but they can dazzle hardy light. I'll bring it to you when the smoke gets in your eyes. It's time to tell the truth. These things have to be faced. My fuse is burning out, and all that powder's gone to waste. Don't think for a moment, dear, that we'll ever get through. I'll build a bonfire of my dreams and burn a broken effigy of me and you. Indoor fireworks can still burn your fingers. Indoor fireworks, we swore were safe as houses. They're not so spectacular, they don't burn up in the sky, but they can dazzle hardy light. I'll bring it to you when the smoke gets in your eye. When the smoke gets in your eye. When the smoke gets in
fantastic. And I have to follow that. Yep. We were just here, myself and my Blue Moon Orchestra, about 6 weeks ago. And of course, as always, we had a great time here in Glasgow. And it's a pleasure to be here with the Landmine concert. And this song goes out to, this is a tune from my latest CD. And it's a song that goes out to Bobby Muller, the president of the Vietnam Veterans of America Foundation. All that they do around the world in rehabilitating the lives of landmine victims is extraordinary. And I wrote this song on my first trip over to visit their facilities in Vietnam and Cambodia 2 years ago. And it was inspired because my ex-husband Eric Taylor is a Vietnam veteran. It took him many years to get his life back together after serving in Vietnam, which is not uncommon for any veteran of any war. And he's now a psychologist. I'm his best client. We just celebrated 20 years of being happily divorced, best friends, and always my love for him remains. And I send it to all veterans of all violence and conflict, traveling through this part of you. Nothing that I've ever seen now means much of anything in traveling through this part of you. And the Vietnam that I dreamed, the place you wore your life fatigued, I'm traveling through this part of you. Where are you amongst the madness on the streets of Saigon? Where were you in 1969 when I whispered you? Oh yeah, were you were dragged through this part of you. And I'll make my way now, my home, back to my home, alone, having traveled through this part of you. Yet I would save this time and place for a time when I say I've traveled truth in this part of you. Where are you amongst the madness on the streets of Saigon? Where are you in 1969 when I whispered you? Oh yeah, were you were dragged through this part of you. And you were an man boy whose innocence was lost. He
wish you love and happiness. I guess I wish you all the best. I wish you don't do like I do, and never fall in love with someone like you. 'Cause if you fell just like I did, you probably walk around the block like a little kid. But kids don't know, they can only guess how hard it is to wish you happiness. I guess that love is like a Christmas card. You decorate a tree, you throw it in the yard. It decays and dies, and the snowmen melt. Well, I once knew love. I knew how love felt. Yeah, I knew love. Love knew me. And when I walked, love walked with me. And I got no hate, and I got no pride. Well, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Yeah, I got so much love that I cannot hide. Say you drive a Chevy, say you drive a Ford. You say you drive around the town till you just get bored, and then you change your mind for something else to do, and your heart gets bored with your mind and it changes you. Well, it's a doggone shame, and it's an awful mess. I wish you love, I wish you happiness. I wish you love, I wish you happiness. I guess I wish you all the best. Good luck.
So many wonderful musical experiences here in this town, because you folks really know how to listen to music. Well, we used to come up here and play. What was that place? Was it the Apollo, that big club? They always would say, God, it's cold in here. They said, oh, the heating's broken. Of course, there never was any heat in there. But it didn't matter, because once the audience got in, it was warmed up real quick. But I do remember playing here a few years ago. I just put out an album called Wrecking Ball, and I guess people didn't really quite know what to expect. It was a little bit different, and a disgruntled audience member was left in the middle of the show and was overheard to say, bloody heavy metal. And I was real proud. Great to be back. Oh, the dragons are gonna fly tonight. They're circling, rolling inside tonight. It's another round in the losing fight. Out along the great divide tonight. We are raging soldiers in an ancient war, seeking out some half remembered
pearl, the pearl, the pearl.
I was ordered out of the church I was baptized in when I was 14 years old. That's, what can you say, you know. I took a friend of mine there, sorry, he's here tonight, the priest is here, he's going to excommunicate me in the middle of the act. I took my friend to church because I told him that every week the priest was completely unintelligible during the sermon, except when he got to the bit about last week's collection plate, and then he spoke absolutely BBC English. You know. We burst out laughing, and he said, go from this place and never come back, so I never did. And I've been sinning ever since. And I know there's a few people here, there's a few sinners in the house tonight. This was a very big disappointment to my grandmother because she had big visions of Father Declan, you know, saving the people of Glasgow on a mission, you know. And I looked around for another occupation like teacher, you know, so you could teach kids a little bit of humility and at least beat it into them one way or another. You know. Postman. Yeah, you got it. But now it seems we've got an open season back in over the water on teacher and postman. And even an assassin, you know, has to look the guy in the eye. But the big job would be maybe running a country that you can't even point to on the map and go and send people to kill people. And I was thinking, what would be a very good job nowadays would maybe be working in, say, a pretzel factory or something. Meanwhile, somewhere in Virginia right now, there's a CIA guy with that box of pretzels. Have these been dusted for anthrax? Because I wrote the words of this song 20 years ago. It has nothing to do with what I'm going to sing now. Just going to have to get over Steve's song there. I wrote the words of this song and I thought we were done with colonial wars then. Looks like not. Is it worth it? Humans and coat and shoes for the white, and a bicycle on the boy's birthday. It's just the rumor that was spread around town by the women and children. Soon will be shipbuilding. When I ask you, the boy said that they're gonna take me to town, but I'll be back by Christmas. It's just a rumor that was spread around town. Somebody said that someone got filled in for saying that people get killed. The result of this shipbuilding, with all the wind in the world, diving for dear life, when we could be diving for power. Is it worth it? A small bunch of flowers is all that you get, or a box to bury the baby. It's just a rumor that was spread around town, a telegram or a picture postcard. Within weeks they'll be reopening the shipyard and notifying the next of kin. Once again, it's always skilled in. We will be shipbuilding. With all
was here in November, I chatted a bit about this next song, which is a tune that was written by my dear friend Julie Gold, who wrote the song From a Distance, which I recorded back in 1986. And all of you adopted over here, and my record label was so gracious they never released it in the United States. Had to wait 5 years before America heard it. This tune is a song of Julie's. She's a definitive New Yorker, one of those people that really doesn't like to cross the rivers on either side to leave her island. And her mother came to New York in the 1930s, fleeing Nazi Germany. And the first sight that her mother saw was, of course, the Statue of Liberty. And that's always been a very special thing for Julie. She has an apartment down in Lower Manhattan, where she has a view, where she can see everything on all sides and see that blessed Statue of Liberty and imagine Emma Lazarus' sonnet on the side of it. And this song is a tune that I wanted to learn since Julie wrote it in 1993, but it had been recorded again by Bette Midler and Kathy Mattea and many other beautiful singers, and nobody ever released it. And it's just something that I want to hear. On September 11th, I called Julie Gold as we arrived in Toronto that morning, and she was standing out on her balcony and said, "Nance, I'm watching the icons of my beloved city fall." This song she wrote in 1993 was for her mother and the mother of America, the Statue of Liberty, and for Emma Lazarus' sonnet. It's her own patriotism. To Julie Gold, and everybody on stage is going to help me out with this. Good night, New York. My mother came to America, sailed to the harbor.
got a new hip and I had to stay home for a month. And I didn't have anything better to do, so I wrote this song. It's about a guy that over a period of time has developed this unusual ability to travel in his mind whenever his wife starts going on a little bit too long about something he hasn't done. He doesn't have a whole lot of money, so he doesn't go too far. Why must you always seem to criticize me? Seems like everything I do just turns out wrong. Why don't you come on out and despise me, so I can pack my bag and baby, I'll be gone. Remember when you used to call me honey? Well, I turn around and call you honey too. You might think it's a joke, but it ain't funny to hurt someone who's so in love with you. A clown puts his makeup on upside down, so he wears a smile even when he wears a frown. You might think I'm here when you put me down, but actually I'm on the other side of town. My body's in this room with you just catching hell, but my soul is drinking beer down the road still. You might think I'm listening to your grocery list, but I'm leaning on a jukebox and I'm about halfway there. Makeup on upside down, so he wears a smile even when he wears a frown. You might think I'm here when you put me down, but actually I'm on the other side of town. I'm sitting on a chair just behind my ear, playing dominoes and drinking some ice cold beer. When you get done talking, I'll come back downstairs and assume the body of the person you presume who cares. A clown puts his makeup on upside down, so he wears a smile even when he wears a frown. You might think I'm here when you put me down, but actually I'm on the other side of town. I'm across the river on the other side of town. In my mind, I'm going to the dog racing side of town.
We built in an intermission into the show for a couple of reasons. We have some announcements. And the first thing I want to talk to you all about is this lovely scarf that I'm wearing. I just love to talk about my clothes. This is actually a kurma. It's a traditional scarf of silk that comes from Cambodia. The thing that makes this particular one very special is the fact that it was made by victims of landmines in a project that's funded by the VVAF, which is the organization that is sponsoring this concert and is the reason that we are here. And very much. These men and women who would pretty much had their lives just ended by these terrible injuries, because it's hard enough to sustain an injury that a landmine causes, but especially in a country like Cambodia, which is not exactly handicap access. And the VVF has given these people a means to raise the silkworms. They get the silk, they weave it and dye it and make it into these beautiful scarves. Actually, it's a shawl. It's quite large and beautiful. And we are going to auction this off during an intermission with a silent auction. We're going to start with a bid of 200 pounds. And you can see Nicole at the table where they're selling CDs. And if you do end up being the person who gets the highest bid, you can bring it backstage and we'll be happy to deface it for you by signing our names to it. So, that said, I now want to introduce somebody who is the head of the VVAF and the person who speaks so eloquently about the terrible tragedy of landmines in Vietnam. And I think that he's inspired all of us to come together and be here in these shows and to try to get the word out about this problem. You know, in a world where there's just so much double talk and sound bites and pundits, and you just can't make sense of anything sometimes, it's so refreshing and wonderful to meet someone who just speaks from his heart and speaks so plainly and so passionately about something. So it's my real pleasure to introduce you to Bobby Muller.
Thank you, Emmy. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, guys. I have a lot of nice things to get said about me, but let me ask you, is there anybody out there who wouldn't want to have my job? Really? We operate all over the world, but we are headquartered in the United States. And we are one of literally over 1 million registered charitable organizations in that country. And with that many organizations doing righteous work, sometimes it's hard to get your message out there and to get public support. Nothing has enabled us to do that more than the support that we've gotten from Emmy and from all of her friends. They're a hell of a dedicated group of artists, and we owe them an awful lot. Thank you. As Emmy said, this is the third year of the concert tour. It's the first time we've taken overseas. Last month we had 7 major cities in the United States, and most of the artists have actually gone overseas and gone to landmine-affected areas and have seen firsthand what literally millions of landmines can do in damaging a country and its people. And as a result of that experience, they've come back and they've really been ambassadors for justice. They've been very generous with their time, not only for the concerts, but in talking to the media and spreading the word. And they've also been generous in that every single thing they do for us, they do for free. So all of the money that you paid for your tickets tonight go directly to service the programs that help landmine victims around the world. It's very special. The issue of landmines really came together as a campaign out of the killing fields of Cambodia. And Cambodia is a country that has to be on everybody's list of most tragic countries in the world. It suffered the misfortune of geography in being next to Vietnam. And when the United States went to war with Vietnam, Cambodia got sucked in with a tremendous price being paid. It gave rise to a horrific regime known as the Khmer Rouge that in just under 4 years managed to have between 20 to 25% of the entire population of the country died. A lot of the people through horrific tortures, which were unbelievable. The country went on to suffer yet more in the form of an ongoing civil war, and added to its distinction the fact that it was the first conflict where it was considered landmines to be responsible for more casualties than any other single weapon. And the reason for that is twofold. One, as we've seen with increasingly numbers of conflicts around the world, the object of the violence was no longer the military. The object of the violence were the people. And using an absolutely indiscriminate weapon to realize the terrorizing of a population was ideal. And the other reason is that landmines are very cheap. Cambodia is poor, and it's the poor man's weapon. In fact, when we started our operations in Cambodia years ago, you could actually go to the marketplace in Phnom Penh and buy a landmine for 50 cents. You say, okay, Bobby, look, war is hell, conflicts are terrible, there's a lot of suffering around the world. What's so special about landmines? Why do we have a campaign specific to that weapon? Well, we do because the weapon is very different from all other weapons. Every other weapon that we use, we have to target. You point a rifle, a machine gun, you target your artillery fire. There is a command and a control element with all of the weapons except the landmine. It's the one weapon that you simply set it up, you then hide it by burying it in the ground, and whoever randomly happens to come along and step on it winds up being the victim. Now, with the passage of time, we've come to understand that the overwhelming number of people that step on these landmines are innocent people, they're civilian people. There's a second characteristic about landmines, which is unique. When a war is over, you put your weapons back into the armory. All of the tanks, the artillery pieces, everything goes away. The only thing that stays out there doing what it was designed to do is, guess what? The landmine. And they stay out there capable of doing it for decades, sometimes up to 50 years. And there's another aspect of the landmine which is unique. When it was designed a while back with the idea that it would be more of a military-on-military engagement, they purposefully limited the amount of the explosive charge in the landmine so as not to kill the victim, because you had a couple of added benefits by doing that. When a soldier would get blown up and would be lying in a minefield, screaming because of that traumatic amputation of a limb or a foot, it was very demoralizing on the rest of the troops. The second benefit was that you had to deal with the guy. You had to medically evacuate him, so that put a logistical burden in terms of the military having to deal with it. I have to tell you, I got shot up in Vietnam. I was in intensive care, and the guys that screamed the loudest were either the burn cases or the landmine victims, particularly when they would change the dressing. I have a couple of guys in our organization that are amputees because of landmine injuries. And sometimes they come in and they say, hey, Bobby, I didn't sleep at all last night. My foot was killing me. I know what they're talking about. They don't have a foot, but they have what they call phantom pains. And they don't understand why medically, but it hurts like hell, just as if you had a hot poker being put through that foot. And Ed has had over 10 operations to constantly resect that limb. When you realize that this weapon was designed to cause that lifelong type of an injury, it makes it particularly insidious. But let me tell you, as I said before, most of the casualties are civilians. And the people that we see in these third world areas often die because they bleed to death, because they get blown up alone. And when they get their legs amputated surgically, they oftentimes do it without any anesthesia. And believe me, I've met these people and they've gone through hell. So that's the characteristics of what makes that weapon so different. Let me go to the victims. When we started our operation, there were 500 landmine victims a month just in Cambodia. And the people that would come into the clinic would invariably be the poorest of the poor. They'd be the peasant farmer that was trying to regain some use of the land for agricultural purposes. It would be the leading cause, actually, a couple of years back, of landmine injuries in Cambodia was women that would have to go into the forest to gather firewood to sell in the marketplace. Or it was children that would take animals to graze. It was somebody simply going to a well or along a path or by a riverbed and just getting blown up. Not only were the individual cases tragic, but what happened overall to the country as a result of all of this was tragic. You had more landmines in Cambodia than you had people. And you couldn't relocate the refugee populations. You couldn't recover the country agriculturally because of the millions of landmines. And we said, you know what? There's nothing unique about Cambodia. The same thing has been playing around the world. In the Angolas, in the Mozambiques, in the Kurdistans, in the Afghanistan. Until very recently, the largest employer in Afghanistan was the United Nations-sponsored demining program. Isn't that a sad comment? When you recognize this devastation of who knows how many, 70, 80 million landmines buried in these agrarian societies around the world, we said we needed to more than simply make wheelchairs and artificial limbs. So we started a campaign to outlaw the weapon, just like after World War I, poison gas, the world community said, we're not going to use this anymore. We said, let's add landmines to that list. And in what is truly an inspiring story, 1,000 organizations wound up coming together all around the world. And as a result of that, we do now have an international treaty that 142 countries have signed that outlaws landmines in all ways, the use, production, stockpiling, and trade. But the sad part of that story is that, and I'm particularly embarrassed to say this, we don't have the United States behind that treaty. And as a result, we don't have Russia, we don't have Pakistan, and we don't have India that just laid the largest minefield in the entire world along the border with Pakistan, and Iran, Iraq, and the other usual suspects that need to get brought in. So this campaign has got to continue, and we need your support to be able to do it, and we need your country raising its voice in the international forum, leaning on the U.S. and the others, because we have to universalize the condemnation of this weapon. And we have to continue to work to clear up the lands out there and provide services to the literally hundreds of thousands of landmine victims out there. So thank you for coming. We're going to take a short intermission break, pick up a CD, put a nice bit on that scarf, and we'll see you in a little while. Thank you.
Did you have a good intermission? Well, this is a song, I guess it's about a bunch of things, but mainly it's about marriage. It's a subject I know a lot about. I've had 3. But this is a song about a marriage that works. And my inspiration for it was a marriage that I witnessed for 50 years of my life, that of my parents. It was quite a beautiful thing to behold. I've seen your soul turn black and then retreat to the dark place where no one else may fall. I'm waiting here for your return.
capture life's regret. In the hour of gold, the hour of lead, we didn't forge our wedding bed. Our heart and holy road, we lay down our head. In the hour of gold, in the hour of lead. Oh, but the world will be my witness when they excavate my heart. Find the image of her face, imprinted there like some shroud of Jordan that neither time nor thunder could erase. In the hour of gold, the hour of lead, we did forge our wedding bed. On a hard and holy road, we lay down our head. In the hour of gold, in the hour of lead.
We're changing the direction, just we don't want you to get used to anything. Making the stage revolve around in a different way.
I am an old woman, named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were lightning and thunder were desire, this old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, well, I had me a cowboy. He weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, the years just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen. I can hear them, they're buzzing. And I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
This is an old song of mine, and James wanted to play it, so we're gonna play it. Oh, I wish it would rain. Wash my face clean. I wanna find some dark cloud hiding me here. Oh, love and memory sparkled like diamonds when the diamonds fall. They burn like tears when the diamonds fall. They burn like tears. Once I had a love, George Pines, who only cared for me. I wanna find that love of 22 and the one of 33. I got a heart on my right and one on my left, and now it suits my needs. No one I love is a we are best, and he never will need me. So I wish it would rain. Wash my face clean. I wanna find some dark cloud to hide in the air. Oh, love and memory sparkled like diamonds when the diamonds fall. They burn like tears when the diamonds fall. They burn like tears. I'm gonna pack up my 2-step shoes and hit the Gulf Coast lanes. I wanna walk the streets of my own hometown where everybody knows my name. I wanna ride the waves down in Galveston with the hurricanes blowing. 'Cause at Gulf Coast the water tastes sweet as wine when your heart's rowing home in again. And I wish it would rain. It's gonna wash my face clean. I wanna find some dark
gypsy musician, and he ran away to sea with his trumpet and went to and fro to America and came back with all sorts of adventures. Of course, this was the time I'm thinking about is when I was trying to rid the world of alcohol by drinking it. So my experience was slightly different to his. And I was in a hotel bar in the afternoon trying to put myself back together for the show. And I met a couple of English ladies. And in the corner there was a very annoying pianist. No offense there. There was a female pianist that didn't wear a hat. And she was murdering some Carole King song over and over again. I thought, they have cocktail waitresses, and I thought perhaps she was like a cocktail murderess, Anyway, I wrote this song about these two ladies and their little journey, and the cherubim, that's Steve and John, and the seraphim, that's Nancy and Emma Lou, are going to join in this one. And if you want to join the Angel Band, you're very, very welcome indeed.
Outside in New Orleans, the heat was almost frightening. My hotel room, as usual, was freezing and unkind. On TV, they prosecute anyone who's excited. So I put on my overcoat and went down to find. In Revlon and Crimplin, they captured my heart to the strain of a piano and a cocktail murderess. She was saying that it's too late. I agreed with that part. For two English girls who had changed their address. Oh, it seems we've been crying for years and for years. Now I don't speak any English, just American without tears, just American without tears. One had been a beauty queen and the other was a friend. They had known rogues and rascals and showbiz impresarios. While the boys were licking Hitler, they had something to defend. From then on we'd chew and gum and find out on hose by a bicycle factory as they sounded the siren and returned into the dance hall. She knew it was the one. Though he wasn't tall or handsome, she laughed when he told her, I'm the sheriff of Nottingham, and this is Little John. Oh, it seems we've been crying for years and for years. Now I don't speak any English, just American without tears, just American without tears. On a dock in Southampton, full of tearful goodbyes, news reel commentator said, cheerio, GI Bride. Soon they'll be finding the cold facts and lies. Your words for suspenders and your girls' backsides. Now I'm in America and running from you, like my grandfather before me walked the streets of New York. And I think of all
Like the soft breeze break down. Cause I can't remember if we said goodbye. I recall
all of the nights down in Mexico. That's one place I'll never go in my life again. 'Cause I'm somewhere, maybe just too high. Can't remember if we said goodbye. Can't remember if we said goodbye. Goodbye.
I have an announcement. I have a winner to announce. I hope I do this right here. Alistair Patrick Auchon. Is that right? A-U-C-H-O-N. I hope you're out there because you owe us 1,001 pounds. Also, because it was so close, the second bid there was just a difference of 1 pound. We will offer J-R-O-G-A-L-Y a scarf as well. It's right here. Look, they can have this. All right, Nancy's going to throw in hers. And so we'll offer you a scarf as well if you want to pay the money. And so meet Nicole at the CD counter to be brought backstage. Thank you for your generous gifts. Boy, that song of Steve's is one of the saddest songs in the world. And that's why I love it so much. I'm kind of addicted to sad songs. And I guess I started that addiction over 25 years ago when I was working with a fellow named Graham Parsons. Put me on the road to the sad song, and I never looked back. And there's one that we recorded those many years ago that I haven't sung very much, but there's a gentleman on stage who just recently, well, a few years ago, recorded this song. And we thought it might be nice for us to do it together for you tonight. So, Mr. Costello?
Through the sleepless nights, I cried for you and wondered who is kissing you. Oh, sleepless nights will break my heart in two. Somehow, through the day,
will break my heart again. Why did you go? Oh, why did you go? Don't you know? Don't you know? I need you. I keep hoping you come back to me. Oh, let it be. Please let it be. Oh, I love these days, these sleepless nights from me. Oh, these sleepless nights will break my heart in two. When I wrote this song, I didn't come out of my room for a couple of days because I was afraid somebody would ask me why I wrote it. The movie wasn't really doing so hot, said the new producer to the old big shot. It's down on the edge of the great Midwest. Sabu must tour or forever rest. Hey, look, Ma, here comes the elephant boy, bundled all up in his corduroy, headed down south toward Illinois, from the jungles of East St. Paul. His manager sat in the office alone, staring at the numbers on the telephone, wondering how a man could send a child actor to visit in the land of the wind chill factor. Hey, look, Ma, here comes the elephant boy, bundled all up in his corduroy, headed down south toward Illinois, from the jungles of East St. Paul.
Wait, John.
So Sabu checked him in the hotel. He finds the ice machine. Sabu was sad, the whole tour stunned. The airline's lost the elephant's trunk. The Rudy got the rabies and the skinnies and the flu. They were low on morale, but they were high on. Hey, look, my, comes the elephant boy, running all up in his corduroy. Head down south toward Illinois, from the jungles of East St. Paul, from the jungles of East St. Paul, from the jungles of East St. Paul.
Fits in with Sabu. This was the title song from my first album that was recorded in 1977 and came out in 78. I guess it's just been my muse this evening to reveal my age on every song that I play. But Ibby played her song about Lillian and Red Dirt Girl last set, and it always inspires me about my own song about best friends. And you reach this in your youth when you're a young child, when you're 4 or 5 years old, and you walk out into the living room one day amongst your family, and you look around at the members of your family and say to yourself, who are these people and why do I have to hang around with them? And you go out and you find yourself a best friend. So for my best friend, Mary Margaret, still my best friend, there's a light beyond these words. There's a light beyond these woods, Mary Margaret. Do you think that we will go and we'll see what makes it shine, Mary Margaret? It's almost morning and we've talked all night. You know we made big claims for 10-year-olds. You and I. Have you met my new boyfriend, Margaret? His name's John, and he rides my bus to school, and he holds mine. He's 14, he's my older man. We'll still be the best of friends, the three of us. It's Margaret, John, and I. Let's go to New York City, Margaret. Walk out in the subways, we'll drink the poet's wine. Oh, but I had a John. See you into nice, baby, honey. But you were home in time for the senior prom. We lost John. Fantasies we planned while I'm living out loud. All the dreams we sang, we knew how. Will they never change? out those lights. They glowed beyond our woods in Austin, Texas. We were 10, you were the Rambler, yeah. Fantasies we planned, oh Maggie, I'm living out now. All the dreams we sang, we damn sure knew how they'll never change. And all that we can see, Maggie and me, can't you see? You are the light beyond these woods, very mine.
Sing a new song for you now. But it's actually I've been writing for 2 years. It's about the excuses that we make. And I thought I'd finish the song, and then I looked in the mirror and I thought, no, not done yet. Then I looked at my TV and I thought, no, I'm not done yet. You did it 'cause you wanted alibi, and you took it 'cause you needed alibi. But if I've done something wrong, there's no ifs and buts, 'cause I love you just as much as I hate you guts. Alibi. And you don't need anybody. Alibi. But you are the only one who knows this. Alibi. You deserve it 'cause you're special. Alibi. Maybe Jesus wants you for a sunbeam. Alibi. But if I've left something out, I apologize. But if you look in my eyes, then I'm sure you see alibis. Sometimes I'm so forgiving. Oh, everything seems bad to me. Oh, but I can't go on living. Oh, with this alibi. Insane, but a mundane alibi. And you only wanted to be famous. Alibi. Sorry, but your mommy doesn't love you. Alibi. Stop me if you've heard this. Alibi. There are soldiers who will kill, but refuse to
think you couldn't help it. Alibi, alibi. But you never had a pony. Alibi, alibi. And you're such a people person. Alibi, alibi. And I will be true to you forever. Alibi, alibi. But I'm stupid and I'm lazy. Alibi, alibi. But maybe we can make the future better. Alibi, alibi. But if I've done something wrong, there's no ifs and buts. 'Cause I love you just as much as I hate you, 'cause alibi, alibi, alibi. Sometimes I'm so forgiving. Oh, and everything seems bad to me. Oh, but I can't go on living. Oh, with this alibi, alibi, alibi. You were happy, you were poor, am I honest? And that's your alibi, alibi. Sister is a heart, brother is a jar. Alibi, alibi. You don't need the body that you trapped in. Alibi, alibi. Papa's got a brand new alibi, alibi. But if I've done something wrong, there's no ifs and buts. 'Cause I love you just as much as I hate you, 'cause and if I've left something out, I apologize. 'Cause you look in my eyes, then I'm sure you see. Alibi, alibi, alibi.
This, I sort of stole this song from, or I stole the character. It's told a story from a book called The Killer Angels by Michael Shaw. And the book's about the Battle of Gettysburg. And it's historical fiction, which gives the writer some freedom to sort of get into some conjecture about what some of the major personalities involved in that battle were thinking and why they did what they did. And there's one character in it. A lot of the characters are, Robert E. Lee, obviously, and James Longstreet, and Joshua Chamberlain. The officers, we knew who they were, and so those characters are historical characters. But there are other, problem with wars is the people that are out there doing most of the dying and bleeding. A lot of times, and especially in the past, we didn't know exactly who those people were. We don't remember their names. So this character was a composite character, but he was based on several people that actually lived and actually, it's a really well-researched book, and it's based on several people that actually fought with the 20th Maine. And the 20th Maine was involved in one of the most famous parts of the Battle of Gettysburg. It was a 3-day battle, and it was the worst loss of life in the Civil War. But it was, in fact, it was
almost equal to the number of lives we lost in the American lives lost in the entire Vietnam War. But of course, it's important to point out that over 1 million Vietnamese lost their lives in that war. This is the character's name is in the book is Buster Corain, and he's like a lot of people were that fought in that war. He came from Ireland, and the Civil War was fought between 1861 and 1865, and he came from Ireland like a lot of people did, and he joined the army because that was there'd been a lot of fighting going on in Ireland for a long time, and it was the marketable skill that he possessed when he arrived in America. And he also fought it. The scene that I took this from in the book, he's talking to Joshua Chamberlain, who's his commander, and about why he's in the war, because there was almost no conscription in the Civil War. Most of these people were volunteers, and people fight wars for different reasons. None of which are really good ones, but everybody always has to think that they have a reason for fighting wars. And to him, it was class war, and which this song gets into a little bit about that.
I am Corinne and I'm a fighting man, and I come from County Clare, and the Brits had had me for a penny, so I took my leave of there. I had to cross the ocean on the Irie and while his tub afloat, and the captain's brother was a railroad man, and he met us at the boat. And I signed up with the 20th Maine, like I said, friend, I'm a fighting man. I'm marching south in the pouring rain, and we're all going down to Dixieland. Chamberlain, 'cause it's too right with us when the Johnnies came like a banshee on the wind. When the smoke cleared out over Gettysburg, many a mother wept, and many a good boy died for sure, and their smut just like death. I am Corinne of the 20th Maine, and I marched to hell and back again. Kern and Joshua Chamberlain, and we're all going down to Dixieland. Gentleman whose only worth is a father's name and the blood of a working man. Where we come from the farms and the city streets and 100 foreign lands. We shed our blood in the battle's heat, now we're all Americans. I am Corinne of the 20th Maine, did I tell you, friend, I'm a fighting man. I'll not be back this way again, 'cause we're all going down to Dixieland.
big gangbang ending here. We just kind of decide on some songs we think we might like to do. And I'm going to ask Bruce Griffith to lead us in a song that I think is a mighty righteous tune. I hope you all had as much fun as we had. You probably could tell that this is unrehearsed, and they're just moments that just happen, and that's what makes it special for us, and we hope that's special for you too.
I wrote this song back in 1988 in the city of Belfast, and since it's been recorded by a lot of folks, but my favorite version will always remain Emmylou Harris's version. Of course. And we hope you'll join in. It's about the cyclical nature of hatred that we pass on to our children. And if we could just once restrain ourselves as a civilization and not pass on our hatreds, the cycle might end. Until then, it's a hard life wherever you go. I am a backseat driver from America. They drive to the left on Falls Road, and the man with the wheels named Seamus. We pass a child on the corner, you know. The Seamus says no chances that kid got, and I say pull the back like don't know. This is barbed wire open Texas, and there ain't no place in Belfast where the child should play. 'Cause it's a hard life, it's every hard life, it's a hard life wherever you go. And if we poison our children's reputation, then a hard life is all to know. There ain't no place in Belfast where your child shouldn't go. Cafeteria line in Chicago, fat man and me. He's calling black people trash to his children. He's the only trash here I see. And I am thinking this man wears a white hood, and the night when his children should sleep, they'll slip through their windows and they'll see him. They'll think that white hood's all they need. It's a hard life, it's a hard life, it's very hard life. It's a hard life wherever you go. And if we poison our children with hatred, then a hard life is all to know. There ain't no place in Chicago where a child can go in on. It's a hard life. I was a child in the 60s, when dreams could be held on TV. We had Disney and Cronkite and Martin Luther, and I believed, and I will always believe. I am a backseat driver to America. I am not out of being control. I've been guilty, I've been poor, and I have been a root of all evil. I refuse to drive on the side of the road. It's a hard life, it's a hard
prepared to travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town that's off the mountain. So many times them memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late to ask, 'cause the Peabody's full trains all the way away. But sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Eagle Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all that we killed. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where the paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late to ask, 'cause the Peabody's full trains all the way. Shell. They tortured the temper and stripped all the land. They dug for the pole till the land was forsaken, and then they wrote it all down as progress of man. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late. It's the Peabody's full trains all the way. When I died in my ashes, float down the Green River, and let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late to ask. Mr. Peabody's full trains all the way. Mr. Peabody's full trains all the way. Mr. Peabody.